Hello, today we're going to play a bit of a brew, but the thing about Mill right now is that Tasha's is generally not a very good card. It doesn't hit very many cards. So we're going to try and replace it with Sanity Grinding. So, Sanity Grinding, reveal top 10 cards of your library. For each blue mana symbol revealed this way, target opponent mills a card. Then put the cards you revealed this way on the bottom of your library in any order. So, it's kind of interesting with the new Lrien Revealed. So you can basically play islands that are double blue. And we have the new Preordain, and we have Seagate Restorations. These count as 3, these count as 3, these count as, these are all millions of blue pips. And we're going to play Counterspell. And we're going to try this deck. And for the sideboard, for anti-aggro stuff, we're going to try So Tiny, a little flash card, little fairies to get in the spirit of the new expansion coming out. So we're gonna try it and we're gonna see how it goes. I don't have high hopes, but it could be fun at least. Hopefully we'll just get to bully a bunch of Tron players and feel the ruin and then surgical them. That's all I want to do. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. Let's jam. We have no land, so we obviously can't. This is a good hand. Have you done a fresh install? Maybe. I'll probably do that after. Okay, so what do we got here? What do we want to put back? Maybe we put the Counterspell back. We put the Feel the Ruin back. We could probably put the Feel the Ruin back, right? We got a bunch of crabs coming in. I'm getting good at fixing it, though. That didn't take me very long to do that, to fix it. I don't know if it's a computer problem or if it's just a dumb, you know what I mean? Or if it's just some dumb. Alright. Hopefully they don't bolt this and they just play a Ragavan or something. Just don't kill my crab. Let me have my crab fun for a little bit. God damn it. Alright, so we're going to play this crab, then we're going to play this. Boink. And I'm just going to crack this now while they're tapped out. What do they got going on here? It looks like they are... It looks like creativity. Flames. Yeah, it's definitely creativity. Alright. Creativity. With Flame Slash. That's kind of interesting. What is B? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, I gotta set my... Stop. Stop. Okay. So, I guess we just play Seagate Reborn. Nope. Just keep milling them. I wonder if we're supposed to cash in the visions. Why not? Probably not. Cash. We probably can wait and get to the point where we can actually get some value from it. Alright, so what's going to come here? Is it going to be... It's probably going to be... Fable. Oh, Teferi. Well, we're going to counter that. We have to counter that. Okay. Visions. So let's cast this Visions first. Maybe we can get a nice mill. Oh, that's pretty cycle. Get this. Play this. Alright, so we have not hit... We haven't hit any... We haven't hit any creativity targets, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird. But it's okay. Alright, Teferi is fine. Teferi's fine. Oh, they bounced the crab, sure. We could replay the crab. Crabby. Boink. Boink. Alright, so we're one away here. We might as well just wait. How many... What do they have in their hands? If we've milled 19 cards and they haven't hit creativity. Sure. My crabby. Fable they're casting. Alright, we need to draw some kind of mill spell. Something here. Fractured Sanity. Oh, they just cracked their thing to get to 20 lands. That's so sick for us. Now we can use the visions. That's busted. Okay, so let's start off with visions. 20 cards. So we can go crab, heal. We could go crab, fractured sanity. Guess we'll play crab. Guess we'll play feel the ruin. Then we'll go fracture. All right. I think we're kind of in trouble here. Oh, we got rid of 2 Archons. So maybe the last Archon's in their hand. Hopefully, knock on wood. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we feel the ruin this Xander's Lounge, they shouldn't be able to get to double black. Because their only mountain is going to be in the graveyard here. This is going to be a Stone Rain. Let's count the Ren and 6s. 1, 2, 3. So this could kill them, right? If they creativity and it's the last card and then they draw, that'd be kind of sick. Oh, it was not even close. Sack this, sack this. We only have to mill them 6 cards here. I'm going to keep this. We're going to keep this. Alright, any mill spell just kills them. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I play around Spell Pierce? 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Spell Pierce. I guess we play around Spell Pierce. Okay, so now we're playing around Spell Pierce here. Ugh. I think we're just dead. We're taking 9 here. So we take 9. We're dead. If they could do 1 more damage to us, we die. But if not, we live at 1. 6, 7. I guess they could Teferi bounce this after they attack. We would have drawn either of these 2 cards beforehand. Alright, so they attack us here. If they Teferi bounce the Archon, we'll concede. This puts us to 1. They're probably gonna Teferi bounce it. Or just cast another one from there. Okay. That kills us. Ugh. That was a little rough. Okay, so... God, this is so annoying. We want Surgicals. And we want Soul Guide Lanterns. Because they're probably gonna have an Emrakul. What's gonna be bad? Maybe Jace isn't gonna be the greatest. It just kind of walks into Spell Pierce. All of our cards kind of just walk into Spell Pierce. But that's okay. We'll shave a Sanity Grinding and we'll... Would you like to play first? Yes. Alright, so we have this land tapped. I guess we're going to keep this hand. We have a lot of Preordain, so we can get some lands going after we get this going. So let's do that. We do have to shock ourselves here. But, I mean, we have 2 lands plus 3 Preordains. We'll probably be able to find a crab or something. Alright, put you in play. Shock. Preordain. We're looking for a fetch land, a crab, something like that. I don't think we want either of these cards. I think we need lands. Alright, crab's a good place to start. Okay. So now we're going to go crab, play a land, trigger Xander's Lounge, Spell Pierce. We're going to Preordain. Sanity Grinding. Oh, we still need the lands, so we're going to bottom. Alright, there's our land. There's our land, so that's good. Flame Slash. Our poor crab. I think this deck may lack the raw milling power. Play. Do we just jam the 14? We hold up. I think we hold up. No, let's... I don't really want to walk into a spell. Let's just... No, I think I want to do it now so I can hold up Counterspell for like the rest of the game. Maybe they're going to have... What do we get? We got an Archon. So Surgicals are now live. Hopefully they don't just play a Teferi this next turn. That would be kind of a bummer. They probably would have got a blue source, though, if they wanted to get a Teferi there. Because they have Mountain Forest. Maybe they just... Or maybe we hit the Steam Vents? I don't know. Let's Preordain here. Counterspell and the thing. Well, I guess we could top both of these. Top. Play this. And now we'll just Counterspell into their turn. Just, I think having 3 Counterspells up is probably pretty good to stop their bullshit. Probably a good place to start. Okay. Dwarven Mine. Yep. Well, let's Counterspell this. It might reprieve it or whatever. I don't want to cycle this because I want the land that's on top. Or I want the Counterspell. Now I can island cycle this. Play an island. Yield to the turn. I have 2 Counterspells plus Fractured Sanity. I don't know if I could just cast this or if I have to worry about an Emrakul. And I should like slow it and go slow and cycle it. I don't know if that's the best way to do it. I wonder if I hit all their blue sources. Hit the Steam Vents, hit the Xander's Lounge, hit the Triome. I wonder if that's what happened. So I can't like play a Teferi. I'm gonna cycle this. I don't want to fire it off main phase and then have it get wrecked by Emrakul. All 4 Spell Pierces are gone, which is ironic because they have no... But they do have the reprieves. The white remands up. Okay, so... Let's take out green. So they can't play any more Ren and 6s. Okay. Now we just have to not die to these 2 Dwarven tokens. That's the real challenge. Not dying to the Dwarven tokens. So, we're in a good spot. Another Dwarven Mine. Uh-oh, we might just die to these stupid things. We might just die to the dwarfs. That would be unfortunate if we did die to the dwarf. We're just like one... Let's just hardcast. I'm gonna counter this. I don't want them to draw cards. Alright. This seems pretty good. What's up? This seems pretty good spot for us. They're basically dead to 1 mill spell. But we could die here if we don't draw a mill spell. We could very easily die. We have 3 turns to draw a mill spell. 1 bolt, 2 bolt. Alright, deck. I believe. It's not good. That's really not good here. Yep. Alright, so there's 3 lightning bolts here. 1, 2, 3. So they might have 1 in their hand. But we're not going to get double bolted here. Alright. So we have probably 1 turn to draw. 1 turn to draw a mill spell. Okay, Crabby is not nothing. I guess Crab changes the clock, so we are dead next turn to a bolt, but we can just counterspell the bolt. But if they have the reprieve... Alright, let's just counterspell this. If they have the reprieve here, and they reprieve their old... Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Alright. Fable. Yep. Alright, so we have a bunch of cards in our deck that kill them, and a bunch of cards that don't kill them. So, let's see if we can draw a mill spell. Well, I guess that's a mill. They have reprieve. No, we can't do it. Are you kidding me? I guess we draw. No. Ugh. We ran out of gas. Boy, that sucked. That was super close. This was such a brick at the point we were at. Unfortunate. This deck might not have the steam that it needs. Might just have too much air in it. If so, we'll just switch to more traditional crap. And maybe we should just be doing Tashas to just go full mill. 4 Tashas. I thought that Sanity Grinding would be a good replacement for Tasha's because of the high CMC that's running around, but we didn't even cast it that game. That was not a very good show. 4 of 2. Let's see if we can do a little bit better. But I mean, they were one mill spell away from death for like quite a while. Okay, we've got. This is a great hand. About as good of a hand as we can ask for. Oh no. Soul Scar Mage, huh? I guess I have to play this crab. Even though it's probably just going to get bolted, we have to put a clock on him. We go like crab, field, crack, get another crab. Hey, hey, good luck, have fun. Hey, hey, good luck, have fun. Yeah, yeah. A DRC. Okay, so when we archive trap them, the DRC is gonna fire off. All right, we're gonna yield. No, we haven't even cast it. What's up, crazy hair? We haven't even cast it. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's good for us. They didn't kill our crab. So we are going to be able to go crab, fetch, get another crab, and then next turn we can actually sanity grinding. We're going to try. We're going to try. We're here to try sanity. All right. So let's go. Let's go crab. Play land. Yield. Oh, the fucking lava darts. 1 lava dart for now. Get an island. And we'll play another crab. Okay. So, we've done a good chunk of milling. We have some chump blocking we can do. We hit the 1 lava dart in there. They're drawing a bunch of cards. I can't have 6 because I have the trap. But I highly doubt they're going to use a fetch land here. Maybe they do. That'd be kind of nice if they did. That would be kind of nice if they ended up doing that. But, you know, I mean, they have a dart. So they can probably charge these idiots up pretty high. Hopefully they start with like iteration or something and spend all their mana. Sprite Dragon. Okay. I'm not going to block with anything. I'll let him go nuts this turn. How many mutagenic growths do you have, friend? Do you want to sack the lava dart? You want to go nuts? 1 mutagenic growth. Yup. Yield until next end step. We'll yield to the end step in case we have to use archive trap. Or it's 6. Oh, terrific. Alright. So I have 18 cards. So we probably can't shock this in. We'll probably just be dead if we shock this in. We're probably just dead regardless. Because they can just attack us with these two and lava dart us. So I think we're just dead, which is not great. I guess we could... We're not going to get 30 cards with this, but... I guess we have to try, right? We play this. Because this is going to mill a bunch of cards. We can get to sanity grinding once. But the problem is, even if we grind them, we probably die in their upkeep. Alright, let's try it. Let's see how many cards this mills. I guess in theory it's possible for us to hit a bunch of sea gates. Luckily we have 2 sea gates in our hand. I think this deck sucks, but we're giving it... Alright. So, how many are we milling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's not bad. Oh, and I can order it any way I want. That's kind of cool. But we're dead. We're dead. Alright, so we have the technology for them. Which is so tiny. Enchanted creature gets -2, -0. It gets -6, 0 as long as it scores 7 more cards in their graveyard. So this is our technology. I don't think Counterspell is going to work against them. We could also bring in Ensnaring Bridge and try to dump our hand. A lot of their things have 1 power when they attack. So it might be hard to dump that, but I think we should try it. Cut, cut. Cut some of the bigger, more expensive cards that could get stuck in our hand. Alright, let's try this. We probably want Stern Scolding too. And we'll cut a Sanity Grind. Well, the problem is Tasha with Tasha's is that like the CMC of some decks has become ridiculously high with a lot of the format moving towards ring-based decks. So ring and decks that usually had low CMC are now playing Lrien. So it's like the CMC of the format as a whole has gone up dramatically since the new set. This. I guess we could keep this. We'll put back Preordain. We can go Crab, Lrien for another Crab. Alright. Turn 1. I'm going to play Hedron Crab. So in case they bolt this is a better blocker. Yeah, it's not really very good against Scam because of the Furies. We just want to empty our hand for this bridge. That's our game plan. Of course, now they fetch when we don't have the archive trap. Tilt! I had the traps last game, not this game. Okay, Oboro's a sweet one, so let's go Crabby. Boink. Boink. So we can use this, or we can so tiny this. I guess we should just... It's just so tiny. Yeah. So tiny. I wonder... Enchantment Aura. What a weird card. I was gonna say, I hope they don't play a stupid Sprite Dragon, but that's fine, right? Because that'll eventually get bigger than our bridge. Age for Ants, yeah, pretty much. Boink, boink. Okay, so bridges. This is our saving grace. So they can like attack and do like a major Kamehameha thing with this, with both of these, I guess. They attack and then do some crazy bolt me, whatever. I am blocking or not blocking? I think a crab anyway. I'm not blocking. I need some kind of mill. I need some kind of mill. All right. So we have one lava dart here. Got to keep track of lava darts. I'm going to cycle this at the end of turn and hope we don't keep running and drawing lands. I wonder if they have an out to the Ensnaring Bridge. They probably have Prismari. Not Prismari. Prismatic Ending. Pending. Oh, we just take one? That's not too bad. I'm just going to cycle this. I'm going to cycle this so I can AFK through their nonsense. Alright, we need to draw a mill spell. A spell that can be used to put cards from our opponent's library into our opponent's graveyard. That's what we need to draw. I don't think that's asking too much. Don't think it's asking too much. Okay. Alright, well, we'll play another bridge. And we'll play this land. And now we hide behind the bridges. Boink. Okay. Hopefully we could steal a game with the bridges. Lava Dart my crab. I don't think this crab's gonna live very long. But one thing is we haven't seen any counterspells from here, so that might be a good sign that we can start resolving Any spells that we draw. It would be nice to resolve some of these spells. Well, hopefully we could Visions and empty our hand. We could always, like, Visions at the end of their turn, too. Alright. Let's see what we draw. Oh. Ooh. Let us grinding your sanity. Okay. Mills 12 cards. That doesn't seem that bad. It's pretty much exactly what Tasha's would be getting. We hit a lot of ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, the Visions. Sad day. Alright, they only have 8 cards left, though. And if you look here, I don't see many answers. I just don't see any answers to what we're doing. Well, I might as well do this during their upkeep. So if they have a counterspell they can't use, blah, 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 blah. Up, 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 up. Because this way, like, if they have a counterspell, then they can't do other stuff. Bolt me. Yes, yes, yes. F6. Alright, so what do we see in their deck? They took out... There's no prismatic endings. We stole one with the Ensnaring Bridges. We snuck one past the goalie with the Ensnaring Bridges. So let's run it back, because the deck's great. Alright. We have some crabs, we have some mana, we have a teeny tiny. We can deal with something. Them going first is kind of scary, though. Do I just so tiny this? I think we've gotta just so tiny this. Where do we play a crab? Let's tiny. Let's just tiny it. He's been kind of impressive. Uh-oh, that's kind of scary. This is kind of scary. So let's go play crab. Play land. Crack fetch. Get land. Play crab. Pass turn. I should have counted how many basic mountains they had last game. Oh boy, we need a bridge badly. This Sprite Dragon is going to get out of control. Being on the draw is rough in this kind of matchup. I hate to be on the draw. It sucks. I did not kill the crabs yet. They could have attacked with the Soulscar Mage. It would have done damage. Yup. Alright, so... Late to the party, Mr. Stern Scolding. We need bridge, otherwise we're dead. Oh. Trigger. Alright. Now we are yielding through the turn. Hopefully we can tag something with the Stern Scolding. That's not good. So they can just cast Mutagenic a million times and... Damn it. Damn it. Oh, we were one turn away from playing the bridge and stabilizing. Well, we're not doing so hot with this here Sanity Grinding. Just not enough interaction, I don't think. I think not playing Fatal Push. I guess if this was more traditional mill, it would have been the same thing. Right? Stands pretty good. We got crabs, we got Delta, we got a land. Boink. Alright. This is a pretty good hand. It's pretty sweet. What did Eldraine spoil? He spoiled that one card that, like, mills and Full Garden. Gilded Goose, huh? Alright. So this is probably the... Yeah, I did see the black one. Alright, so we got Boink. Boink. Alright, Samwise Ganji. Boink, boink, boink. Going to play a Ruined Crab. Alright, so... Mike's favorite card. The Gooses loses. So... maybe not, apparently. Finale of Devastation for Asmo. Okay. It might be. I believe. I'm not going to play... Okay, so now we're going to go Lrien Revealed. I do like the Lrien Revealed in the deck to be like, do that. That seems pretty strong. Now we're holding up Counterspell. Okay. Alright. I could dig this. We basically have to keep Samwise from entering the battlefield. I wonder if we're cycling the Fractured Sanity or just hard casting it. I think we need to cycle for a land, and that way we could, like... If we cycle for a land and then go land and then play Jace minus, that probably should be lethal. That's probably lethal. Alright, let's do the math. So this goes to 4, they go to 23. Then we play a land, that mills 9. They go dead to Jace. 23 goes to 14 left, which is dead to Jace. Alright, so if we cycle this Fractured Sanity into a land, they are deceased. Cookbook. I guess they could kill a crab here. But then they have to use the kill the goose to make food. Let's counter this stupid guy. Get out of here. The deck that our opponent's playing or the deck that I'm playing? That was weird. That was weird. They killed the O2 crab instead of the O3 crabs? What's wrong with them? Type... It's not really working out so hot right now. Not really working out so hot. Okay, so we just play the Jace. We just play the Jace and mill 15. Boink. Target player mills. Boink, 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 boink. Bowman, 3 Cauldron Familiars. That is hilarious. Okay, so let's check out their deck while we got it here. They have Basic Swamp, Basic Forest, a lot of finales, no collected companies. Seeker. No blocks. I believe we can go 1, 2... Kill that. Get a land. Trigger, trigger! Our crabby friends. Boink. Alright, your turn. Okay. So... Samwise Ganji. Do we want here? What do we want? Do we want Soul Guide Lanterns? Do we want Surgicals? They could very easily have an Endurance. Or some number of endurances. So let's bring in these. What do we... we could surgical the Samwises. Let's cut the counterspells for these. Let's cut the Preordains too for these cantrips. Let's just try this. We probably want the Stern Scolding too. Oh, shit. We probably wanted the Stern Scolding. Alright. 2 Archive Traps. A Sanity Gnawing. Jace. Fetch land, perfect. Boop. Boop. They have an endurance. They have 2 endurances. Multiple endurances. What a jerk face. If they have an endurance in their hand, we are in a lot of trouble. But if they don't... Hey, thank you. I've been slacking. I'm sorry. Alright, so hopefully they only have 2 endurances. We're just going to assume that. And we're just going to pretend that they don't have an endurance in their hand so we can continue milling and being happy. I was gonna do Vintage Cube today, but like there were a number of other people online doing Vintage Cube. And I was like, oh, okay. See how it is. Asmo. Little do they know that Asmo mills one cookbook out of their deck, so he's like, Asmo's my friend. All right, we're really coming out of the gate strong here. We kind of blew our load here, blew our wad, and now we're just putzing around. But we do have them dead with these two cards in our hand, mill 9, mill 15, which should murder them. Provided they don't have another endurance lurking around in their hand, which they probably do. Pithing Needle. Are they gonna name the Jace? That would be unfortunate if they named the Jace. Which they're gonna name because they saw one in my hand. Oh, that is not good for us. Alright, well, mill 14. I need to see multiple endurances. 1 endurance, 2 endurance. It's a little alarming that... it depends on the context, but mostly half full. I think it's important to think about the context. Because most of the time it's like you have something, as opposed to you don't have enough of something. Like you have your health. You may be suffering from some things, but at least you have your health. Alright, they're going to get 3 cats back from this. Ugh. Their clock just tripled. Their clock, it just got so much faster. The cats are here. They're trying to give me that cat scratch fever. No, they have this stupid pithing needle on my Jace friend. My Jace friend has been poked in the head with whatever the hell this needle is. Just like the Phyrexians did. It's like lore. Even though Jace is fine now. Wizards is like Marvel. None of the deaths mean anything. And there's no consequences to anything. It's just like a Marvel movie. 3... How much are we taking? We're taking 3, 6, 7. Tell that to Tony Stark. These already been shot. They already like... I got some news story where he's already been drafted on the next Avengers. Right? They're going to show him on the next Avengers. Right. So we can draw a mill 3 here. Sick. Alright, we have to go out on our own terms. The bad part is we didn't get to see if they have another endurance or not. I think we probably want the counterspells if they have the endurances. No, we're going to search with the endurances. It's fine. Yeah, because they could actually kill us there. They could have discarded food, killed their own cat with the food, and then brought a cat back with the food. Oh, wow, look at this. Yeah, they got to bring Tony back. Yeah, they have to bring the good ones back. I tried so hard to watch the Invasion show. The Secret Invasion show. I tried to watch it. And I just got bored. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about whatever that guy's name is. I don't care about the Krulls. I tried. And they blew like $400 million on that show, and it's like unwatchable. But Loki was fucking sweet. Right? But Loki was so good. So like, but Loki was weird, you know? Yeah. Alright, do we just fire these off? Like Banditos? The Jace? Yeah, we do. There is no fear in this dojo. 1 endurance. Chalice of the Void. The fuck? Oh boy, 1 endurance. It's not good for us. Hawkeye was good too. I didn't know the character was deaf. I thought they did a good job, like, presenting him as deaf. I think they did a good job with that. Alright, we play you. I was really excited. Oh, he just has hearing issues in the one show. WandaVision. Oh, I didn't watch that. I just couldn't bring myself to... Alright, these seem good. So let's go top, draw the land. I haven't seen it. But like, I kind of watched, I was really excited when Ant-Man came out because Kang is such a cool character. Like, you might not like him, but like, and the Ant-Man movie was kind of medium. It was a little too CGI. Kang himself is such a badass villain. Just the concept of Kang, that he could just go into time and stuff is just crazy. All right. The question is, do we fire off these visions now? Yeah, but the whole movie was green screen, right? But the parts with Kang were pretty badass. All right, 1 endurance, 2 endurance. The question is, do we fire off the visions here? Or do we wait for them to try an endurance? Blue-black Murktide, the one where it could work. That deck already exists. That deck is already doing well, the blue-black control deck. I'm just going to jam this. I think we're going to wait. Because we could just sit here. I think the blue-black deck AAA is essentially that, right? Like, I lost, you know, like if you start looking at that, at the what this Dimir control deck actually is doing, it's pretty much the deck you're talking about. You just switch some of these things around for more Murktides, and you cut the Archmage's charms for ransoms, and you have that deck that you're referring to. And this deck is doing well, and it's been played at the Pro Tour. You know, 3rd place, fourth place in this challenge. So I think that deck exists. I think that deck is closer to reality than you think. You know what I mean? So yeah, it could work. It's working. It could work and is working. Those decks can be so annoying where they're just like, counter your thing, counter your thing. Okay. Let's draw a Lrien Revealed. Alright, well, we can island cycle. Get a land. Blink. Blink. Alright, 1, 2, 3 endurances. I think we just pass. It is a thing if you believe hard enough. The cool thing with Modern, right? The cool thing with Modern is that if you play any deck and you work hard with that deck and you put a lot of time into that deck, you can be successful with pretty much every deck, any deck you want in Modern. Like, not successful, but you can win games. Why are we waiting on casting this Visions? If I cast this Visions and they cast Endurance, I will cry. Right? So if I cast the Visions, they pitch cast Endurance, I'm totally effed. If I wait here slowly and they cast Endurance first, and then I can Visions and draw 3 and get back in the game, kind of. That's the mentality, right? That's where we're at. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's right or not, but I could just kind of do this. Alright, they had 3 Endurances. For the record, they only had 3. Yay, we won a match! Oh, this deck's great. Your Jeskai Stoneblade deck? No, but there are people who out there who just... and they just commit to decks, and they work hard on it, and they're the only person doing it. So, you know, they're just out there doing their thing. You know, there's idiots out here playing Crab deck. Even Watu dropped... He played it for the Pro Tour? Oh, what the Christ. Did we just get... Yeah, it's a Pro Tour he did. My crabs! I was so excited. Alright, we got Force of Despaired. You know how long it's been? What was his Pro Tour deck choice? It was blue. It was like 4 color, right? Or 3 color, right? We have a crab hater on our hands. Yeah, well... Profane Tutor? Oh my god. We're so dead. I think I gotta fire off those Visions. Ooh, Sanity Grinding. What's the worst thing that happens on 3 here? Nothing? We don't want to let them alright, Sanity Grinding. I choose you. 13. Alright, so this card's milled 12, 13, and 12. Which is... Alright, your turn. Profane Tutor. Building arms, what version do you recommend? I would recommend keeping... I would recommend to start off, I would play a bunch of one-ofs. I would play some of the lists that have of all the one-ofs. And then, as you're playing, it's important to get used to having all the tools in the toolbox so that eventually you'll be able to narrow it down and find what works best for you. Does that make sense? Because, like, what you know, if you start with everything, right? You start with 10 tutor targets, and then you can work your way down and you can learn all the lines, right? Since you're just learning the deck, right? You might as well learn with... You following what I'm saying? Learn with everything, and then you can narrow it down, and then you can find what you like. You know what I mean? That's how I would approach it if I was just learning Yogg. Because if you play a very simple, very narrow version that's just a bunch of 4-ofs like I like to play, you won't learn as much as all the other options that you can potentially play. And basically any version of Yogg can do well. The thing with Limited is you have to, like, have a reason to do it. You have to be like, alright, I want to do blank. Otherwise, just endlessly draft. Like, Limited is, it can be fun doing it with friends and stuff. It's also good for Arena, like, building your... It's good for being on Arena and building your, what was I gonna say? I want to Feel the Ruin this thing. What's going on? Let's take a look. 1 Yawgmoth, 2 Yawgmoth. We're gonna Feel the Ruin this, get an island, and then counter this. This way we can get closer to having 20 cards in the graveyard. So we can Visions. Alright. The thing with Cube is just build your own cube. Like, build your own cube for home. Alright. Bam. Alright, let's go. How many cards are we milling? 12 cards. It's been exactly like 12, 11 every time. That's so crazy. Alright, let's go Lrien Revealed here. Get a land, play a land, and now we have Visions. Yeah. Yeah, like if you have a bunch of people, what my one friend does is he has this thing which he calls the battle box / cube, and he just builds it. I had one too, a battle box where you can play heads up or you can like draft with it, which is pretty cool. Everyone just wants to play commandees. While you build... Alright, so here's what you do. I think it's probably better. Wait, don't kill me. Here's what you do. You build a commander deck that's just broken, and then you murder everyone on turn 3, and then you're like, alright, now let's draft. It's strategic. You just kill everyone so fast that now they have to draft. Alright, let's Visions. That was my EDH strat. Oh, we know. Do I cycle this? I probably want to hardcast this. I probably don't want to hardcast it this turn. I probably want to hold up Counterspell. We really just can't let a Karn resolve. 1, 2, 3. There's Uno Mas Karn in the deck. Yep. I agree. That's what I kind of see. Is people are getting a little too carried away with it. That's my take. And it lowers the consistency and the number of combo kills. Well, shit. My plan was ruined. That's what I think. That's how I feel about it, is that people are going a little too ham on the one-ofs. But that's my personal take. Don't play a Karn. All I ask is that you don't play a Karn. Cling to Dust. That's not Karn. Alright, so we've taken all the lands. Ooh, Visions. Yay. We can actually cast this. Oh shit. Do we want to do that? We can cast Archive Trap you. Use the turn. Paltharak of Palantir of Orthanab. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Hell yeah. Do we want to cast Lrien or do we want to cast Seagate? We cast Lrien, play the crab, crack the crab. All right. So, question number 1 is, do they have a big derpy creature that we're going to have to cycle through the graveyard? I think we want to bring in the extractions. I think we want to cut Preordain. Are they going to have a card that they're going to be able to like board in? I doubt it, right? Kozilek. Let's take a look at what lists are playing these days. It's been... I mean, the thing with coffers is that basically you could do whatever the F you want with it. And people do, right? People play all kinds of crap. Like, look at this. Ashiok, Kazadim. Yeah, there's no cycle. Like, what about... Let's just take a random ginger guy. Ulamog, Archon. Yeah, you could just... This dude, ginger guy, 1983, has a Kozilek. What about this AJ whoever? They don't have one. All right, we're gonna gamble that they don't have one. All right, what do we got here? We got a crappy hand, but it's not terrible. Misplaced? What are we talking about? What are you referring to? Oh, no. It's literally the dude's the name here is Ginger Guy 83. Not trolling about Ginger. I would never troll about Ginger. Play you. That's not true. I would totally troll about Ginger. I spent a good portion of time trolling about that man. Yay, Krabby! Boink. I'm not... Like that, huh? Alright. I didn't want to bring in... The reason I didn't want to bring in the Soul Guide Lanterns was because of Karn. If Karn's in play, these Soul Guide Lanterns suck. So that's why I didn't really want to... That's why I didn't really want to bring that in. Right? That's why I just don't want to just bring them in a vacuum. Because they lack focus and discipline. No, because they just suck with Karn. My poor crab. They're not going to pop it? What? Boink. 1, 2, 3. Fractured Sanity. Alright. So... We can surgical their Karns. But then we have to deal with... the Ulamog. Should we just save the surgical for the Ulamog, or should we surgical the Karn? This Karn's so fucking good in their deck. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna surgical the Karn, and then we'll play Jace minus and draw 3. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Karn just wins the game. If they resolve a Karn this turn, they just win the game. Aha. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, let's take a look-see. We have Un Kozilek, Un Butcher of Truth, and a bunch of trolls. The only way they can kill us is 1, 2, 3... Alright, we had to get lucky. We got lucky there and took a Karn out of their deck. You know, it seems bad, though. Everything seems bad in Mono Blue Mill. I mean, we're basically overcommitting our deck and putting our deck in a very weird spot to have our deck just cast, you know, 3 mana, mill 12, you know? That's just not worth it. So this is a failed idea. What are they doing here? Oh, they're getting rid of my visions? Sure. Alright, so now we're going to play... I guess we cast this for... Oh, they only have 15 cards in the graveyard? Oh, because they delved because of the Cling to Dust. Oh, that dirty... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play the Jace. And let's have them mill 3. They mill 9. Fuck! I thought maybe we could sneak one past the goalie there. I was curious about Mono Blue Mill centered around Archive Chat with Mission Briefing and Narcissism. Yeah. Field of Ruining or Field of Ruin. That was probably greedy to go for 3 there. Probably very just greedy to do that. I should have gone for 2. Okay. Only 28 cards remaining. Jace goes up. I don't know if I want to play this land in case I draw a crab. So we'll just yield. I just don't need to do that. That's just fancy play. We don't need to be fancies in the pansies right now. I do kind of like this card. Alright. That's fine. Golos conveniently gets kind of wrecked by Jace. It's only got 3 power. They didn't have a Cascading Cataracts, did they? We're about to find out. Nope. Just in their coffers. Alright, so we're going to go... play Hedron Crab. Play land. Mill. Okay, now we're going to -3 them. And hopefully we don't hit the thingy. We can pop off a little bit. We're looking for a surgical extraction. Alright, well we didn't really get one. I guess we just field this. Our crab is dead. Crab party. And we can archive trap them here. They'll just mill their whole deck through. I guess maybe there's a chance that they drew the one Emrakul. Maybe they did draw it. Maybe they draw it. Okay. They must have drawn it in their hand, right? They must have drawn it. Who needs to play around stupid cards like that when you just have your opponent draw it? You just mize and have your opponent draw it. Alright, well, let's hope they have a fetch land. A Gigantha. Let's hope they go out. Let's hope they play a fetch land. Every time Mono Black loses, I feel a little bit better. Oh, Tron. Oh, boo. Oh, good. Well, we have a game plan. It's cast Sanity Grinding. We have milled 13, 13, 12, 12. It has like an exact average of 12.5, which aka means not good enough. Oh, you would like to cast a Sylvan Scrying? Oh, yes. Pow. Pow. Okay. It's a bad Tasha's. Alright, let's take a look. What's going on over here? Yep, Tron stuff. Board. Board! Don't care. Didn't ask. Fuck Tron. I like people are playing Tron. Yeah, I don't believe you if you like people. Somebody who likes people wouldn't play Tron. Alright, Mr. I like people. I'm gonna counter your spell, and then I'm gonna gnaw at your sanity. I'm gonna crack. Gonna get. I'm gonna crack. He likes Tron people. I'm gonna cast Counterspell. Counterspell. Do I gnaw the sanity or I visions? I gnaw the sanity. All right. The record is 12. Oh, we got 14. Oh, so good. All right, what's going on over here? The Generous Ent? What the F? Karn the Liberated. There's one Ulamog here, 2 Ulamogs. So we're probably not going to get Ulamogged. That's good. Uh-huh. 1, 2. Uh-huh. 1. What are you doing? What are you doing, opponent? 2 Ulapogs? Do Tron players have friends? No. They have friends amongst other Tron players. They sit there and they talk about, how good of a Magic player they are because they can count to 7, as opposed to us plebs who have to count to 3 with 3 lands. And they sit there and they say, I think it's right to play 4 Ancient Stirrings and 3 Chromatic Spheres and 2 stars. And the other one takes a sip of their coffee and they're like, no, I think it's 3 stars and 3 spheres and really exciting stuff. Tron superiority, exactly. Kind of O-Stone? Alright. Not your sanity. How many did we get? How many did we get? It doesn't say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactsies. What did we get? All of them. Ah, good. I wanted to beat up Tron. The whole point of this league was to beat up Tron at some point. We probably gotta bring these in. Jace is probably gonna be a little slow. Preordain, probably slow. We should probably cut Visions because they're gonna be playing Relics too. But we'll shave one. Alright, submit. Is Tron? Yeah, it still is. In leagues it is, right? In leagues people love to play the fucking Tron. But in actual tournaments it kinda gets wrecked. Like, in this prelim, no Yogg. Or, I mean, it's still here. Tron. No, there's Tron. It's the same dude. Mental misstep. Mental misstep. So it's still around. Here's Tron in the... You can't use leagues. Leagues are a bad example. But this prelim, right? No Tron. No Tron. So it's either getting... Oh, here's a prelim where Tron won. So Tron's still around, I'd say. I'd say Tron is a still good part of the meta. What is this? Goryo's through the... Kragenwick Cremator. Alright. That's a little cute. Alright. Hopefully we could beat up on Tron. So, let's talk about this deck. So Tiny was actually good. So Tiny was actually very good. Confirmed no time warp. This hand does nothing, but we're going to play Lrien Crab. We're going to crack this fetch. We're going to hit a Tron land, and we're going to surgical it. That's the game plan. Counting 1, 2, 7. Ah! The perfect Tron start. The basic forest. Yes. Basic forest, reveal Wormcoil Engine. Deal. Alright, what are we going to do? We're going to go play you, shock, play to Krabby McCrabberson. It's possible that maybe I don't want to play this crab so they can't dismember my poor beloved Krabby. They wouldn't do that, would they? Oh, engineer explosives? Yeah, don't give a fuck. Don't care. I'll care next turn. But right now, my Krabby's invincible. And we're going to play this Polluted Delta. And we're going to mill Crablands. Oh, yeah. The tower. Oh, it's the one that I wanted to mill the most. Island. The best one. Alright, so we're going to go to draw step. And we're going to attack with the crab. We're going to BM a little bit because they're Tron. That's true. But they could have... Generous Ent. Ooh, what a civilized... Alright, so we're going to go to draw step. And we have to get the tower because I hate the tower the most. Yeah, they could have Warping Whale and stuff. Tower belongs to me. Give it to me. Give to me. Oh, you had one in hand. Oh, that's terrible. Oh. Oh, jeez. Gee whiz, that sucks. I'm sorry. Alright, what do we got? Anything that we care about here? Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Oh, Stone Brain? Don't care. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. I didn't want them to have to worry about what land to play next, right? Because they could have maybe played a forest or a Tron land. Their forests don't even matter. I mean, they do have a Karn in their hand. Let's cycle the Fractured Sanity. Alright, let's grind some sanities. Boink. I don't know if I... Okay. Oh. Milled 16 cards! So broken. That's the high score, 16. Actually. That makes me happy. What does that card do? So... You reveal the top 10 cards of your library. Reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each blue mana symbol of the cost revealed, target opponent mills a card. Then put the bottom of the cards revealed this way on the bottom of your library in any order. Doing good. So you just basically stack your deck full of blue pips. Right? Yeah, I agree. It's not worth it. Yep. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. It's just not worth it. But I wanted to try it out and have a little fun, and, you know, I believe I had a little fun. Liquid metal coating, you say? Alright, visions. Looking for crabbies. One crabby. Visions looking for more crabbies. Oh, yes. Many crabs. Boink. Play island. Play crab. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't F6 in case they play... Oh, expedition map. Yep. Listen, if Belcher was more of a deck, we could play Mind Funeral. It's probably better. Boop. Wow, we kind of shredded them. Okay. So, we started off 0-2, and then we put our rally caps on and fired off a 3-0 in the 0-2 bracket. So, not bad. But, real talk, the Sanity Grinding is just a lot of... It's a lot of deck building requirements for very little gain, right? Like, it's milling 14, 20, you know, 10. It milled what? Let's see. 9, 12, 12, 13, 13, a 14, and a 16. So the average is like 13 point something, right? So it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Yeah, you need to do something to do it. Cause like in theory you could mill, you know, if you stacked it, you could mill 3 20 something, no 30 something, a million, 27, 28, something like that. 9, 18, yeah, 27, something like that. But I just don't think it's worth it. I do think that the Lrien Revealed was kind of good. I do like this card. I think this card should be in standard mill for moving forward in the future. This card was very, very powerful. Like, just to free, get land, sometimes cast it. I think this belongs in mill moving forward. Let's open our major award for this. Broken.